What's up, good people? I hope you're doing very well. In today's daily mindfulness moment, I want to talk about the power of how to think and just the notion around the thought processes we have and how we think and how that plays into everything we do and how we were able to achieve, the things daily that we do and the things that we want to do long term. I think it's funny. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize that's happening in today's society a lot is that we're on autopilot, most of the time. Most of the time we are just, going through our lives and we're not really thinking. We're doing things that we're so used to doing, that we've done for so long, day in and day out, that, we don't really have to be in the present and be in the moment in those things. And, they can range from just driving, back and forth from work to home, to going to the grocery store, to even being in your home and doing the things that kind of govern your day, like, fixing dinner, cleaning up your space, spending time with your kids and your loved ones. Even those things sometimes are being done on autopilot. And it's, one of those things that when you really realize it and think about, where's your mind and what are you actually thinking about in those moments, you kind of snap out of it and you see that, hey, I'm spending so much time not in the moment that I'm in, not, thinking about the things that I really want to be thinking about and, moving the needle on the things that I want to move the needle on because I'm on autopilot. And I think it's a very important space to get out of. We have to get out of autopilot and have to get off of autopilot to really start to, make progress in the areas that we want to make progress in our lives. And a key way to do that is really to start to, understand what you're really interested in and what you're passionate about and start to put those things on the forefront of everything that you do. Really take stock of, what am I really interested in? What am I passionate about? And, what have I been kind of putting on hold, in my life to, just be in this autopilot state and, feel that comfort of autopilot, because autopilot is very comfortable. It's a very comforting state to be in because you don't really have to think outside of the box. You can be there and just, resonate with the things and resonate with people that, want to, see you in that light. And you really don't have to think about it. But I think if you want to go beyond that state, it is a shift in what you're doing and a shift in your mindset towards the things that you really are passionate about and that you really care about. So, to get to that point, we have to bring those things to the forefront. And sometimes it's as simple as, really taking a real look at the moment that you're in and really seeing the complexity of simple things and the simplicity of complex things in, everyday moments. And that can be as simple as, sitting down and watching the ceiling, honestly, watching the ceiling and seeing how the textures of the ceiling, have different, feelings and moods or bring about different, feelings and moods just by gazing at it or, watching, your pinky finger something that small, watching how the light reflects off of it and really taking a moment to really look at those things on a granular level to bring yourself into the present and really so you can, be in the present moment and see that, hey, there's something else going on outside of the autopilot things that I'm used to doing. And, changing your course is another thing that you can do. Like if you're used to going a particular way. And, it's as simple as I'm not going to go that way today. I'm going to, instead of walking down this street, I'm going to walk down this street so that I can kind of snap myself out of this autopilot state and, really begin to understand, where I want to be, what things do I want to be doing and affecting in my life. So I think we have to get to that point first where we're entering into that mode of thinking. Let me get out of autopilot. Once you're out of autopilot, you really begin to see, and it's a scary thing sometimes for some people because you really begin to see how long you've suppressed certain feelings or suppressed, certain desires to do certain things. And, once you start to, chip away at that, it's a real tendency. People have a real tendency to want to not do that and get right back into autopilot because it can be scary. It can be daunting. It can be, really jarring to start thinking about the things that you've been repressing in your life. Because it's foreign. It's foreign for a lot of people. If you've been used to, going the same way to work every day for, 10 years, or, doing the same things at home that you've been doing for 3 or 4 years. And, you're used to that schedule, used to that regimen of doing things. And, to stop doing that and to change course can sometimes feel like you are breaking, the systems that work in your life. But sometimes we have to do that to move forward and to grow. And if you really, understand that, once you start understanding that and feel comfortable with doing that, you start to really start to see how the life that you want begins to take shape, because you get to the core of, hey, I desire this, and this is what I have always desired. And even though I'm, repressing it and starting and going on this particular course, if I really think about what I desire, it's always this particular version of myself. So once you start thinking about that, you can start to build upon that version of yourself and really go down that road. And a lot of times it does mean doing away with a lot of the systems and things that you have built your current state and current life upon, and your current thinking upon. So, and that's a hard thing, though. It's a hard thing sometimes. And you have to be comfortable with that and reach a place of comfort in that. And that's the work, that really becomes the work that we all must do to get to where we're going. We must do that work. We must work on and work from that perspective of, I have to do away with these things that are hindering me, or attract the things that are going to help me flourish in whatever I'm trying to flourish in. So, getting to that point, once you do get to that point, you can begin to, make those leaps and bounds in your life, and you'll recognize it. You'll recognize that, hey, now I can move faster at this particular thing, or I can move in the spirit of this thing at a pace that I had not realized that I could move in, simply because you're not, bound or hindered by the things that were keeping you in another state. So it's very important that we do that. And, that will get us to the place where we're actually thinking, and that's where we want to be. We're not on autopilot anymore. We're actually thinking, and we're using the power of thought. So once we start using that, and once we start using that power of thought, the sky is the limit. All things can be achieved, because now you're actually using your true power, and which is the power of your thought and the power of actioning your thoughts to achieve everything that you need and want to achieve in life. So definitely, I hope that you guys can get to that state. I hope that you guys continue to flourish, and much love, and I'll see you in the next one.